Hi guys, so today I'm here with my Pretty Little Liars review of episode 22. So the episode starts off and you can tell that we're at a frat house. I'm just like, who would be at a frat house at this time? But then I remembered from last week's episode that Arya ran away, so I'm like, of course it would be Arya at the frat house. And then the scene switches over to Spencer, and she's not allowed to see her friends, and she's like, well, how am I supposed to talk? Carrier pigeon? And of course she has a bodyguard now, or babysitter, whatever you want to call it, and she has to do pee tests since she can't be trusted. I just think that's really hilarious. And you see Arya with a new guy, which I'm like, okay, is he gonna be like officially on the show or what? And okay, this is like side note, but not really. I realized that Arya's new guy is Billy from Jane by Design. And I don't know if you guys used to watch that show, but I used to watch that show and I loved it. I basically love all ABC Family shows. I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, I don't know, it's just so weird because also, Lulu, I watch Teen Wolf. So she's also on Teen Wolf and I'm just like, and I don't know, I just think it's so weird that these people from Jane by Design are popping up, like, in all my other TV shows. And, yeah, so anyways, back to my review. I thought it was weird, the whole Mona, Ezra eye contact thing. I don't know, that was just really weird. And then, Hannah's talking to the cop, and she's like, don't get up. I don't want to accidentally run into your mouth again. I'm just like, yeah, because you were running. And that was completely by accident last time. And, the cop confronts Hannah about the note. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I can't believe he's actually talking to her about this. I'm like, I'm glad he told her though, because, now she knows about the note and now she knows to be on the lookout. Oh, I thought it was so gross how there was dirt in Spencer's bed. I'm like, at first I'm like, is that real? I'm like, maybe this is a dream. Because normally, things like that are dreams, but in this show, nothing is a dream, and everything seems to happen in real life. And I just thought that was so gross. I'm like, ew, what? And I thought it was adorable. Travis asked out Hannah. I was like, oh, that's so cute. And even though she just kissed the cop, but I actually want these girls to have a normal relationship, and it'd be nice if someone was normal and wouldn't get wrapped up in the whole A thing, even though you kind of can't help it, but whatever. And Spencer, she's drinking a glass of salad, in her words, and he's like, I'm gonna teach you to kick butt, or whatever he says, and she's like, I just want to kick your butt, period. And I thought it was so stupid of him to like turn his back, because she ends up taking the phone. She's not supposed to have phone calls or any contact really. And yeah, so she takes the phone and she's using it, and then her new bodyguard just walks in, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, what if she was undressing? You should really knock. Like, I don't understand. I know these things are shows, but I don't understand how people just walk into the opposite sex's room. Like, that person could be undressing and you guys don't even have that relationship, so that'd be really weird. And I was really shocked by the cop, because he thinks that Hannah wrote the letter to, tip him off about A. And I'm just like, what? Like, how dare you accuse Hannah? And like, it's not even like, I don't understand what would make him think Hannah would do that. I don't know. It's just really mind-boggling to me. I'm just like, how would you even accuse her of that? Like, why? I don't understand. And I don't know, this confused me throughout the whole show. I was like, how is Arya missing school without like her parents thinking of anything? But I eventually found out that she's with her dad, because she was saying that, but I didn't really believe her. I don't know. Anyways, so I wrote, so does Mrs. D know if Spence killed Allie, and did she put the dirt in there? Because, it's just like what's it called? The vibe between them is just so like tense now, and I'm just like, I don't know, Mrs. D is just starting to get really creepy. And I think it's so weird how people can go from normal to just creepy. Like, how does that even happen? And, you know, Mike thinks that Arya is the reason Mona broke up with him, and I'm just like, how the heck would Arya break you guys up if she's out of town? What? I don't understand. And I guess she could, but Arya's like miles away from you. How the heck would she get to Mona? Like, you know that they don't like each other. I don't get it. And yeah, so Spencer, you know, she's on her run with her new bodyguard, and she's like, why are you so mean, Dean? And he's like, why so tense, Spence? I don't know, I love wordplay, it's just so funny. And, you know, she starts having flashbacks, I guess, and in one of her flashbacks, she actually hits Allie, or it seems that way. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, so is this real? Like, the last few episodes leading up to the season finale, everything's so confusing because you don't know what's real and what's fake, because they're trying to figure out what's going on and what's been going on, and everything's just so weird. And we find out that Toby's in London, and I'm just like, when did this happen? I mean, you don't get any indication that he's leaving or going anywhere. And why London? Like, you're not even like New Mexico or something? Like, where did you go and why? Like, it's just so weird. He just disappeared for no reason. And, you know, the cops go up to Mrs. D because they want to talk. And I thought it was so rude how she interrupted Hannah's and Travis's date. I'm just like, are you serious right now? Like, oh my gosh. You know, Arya, she ends up visiting Ezra, and I'm just like, I hope you're not there to go completely berserk, because you both should not be together in the same room, because Arya, you're mentally unstable right now, and Ezra's just mentally unstable forever. And it just makes me so upset when Ezra's like, I think we can still work through this. No, you can't. You can't. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why he thinks they still have a chance together. Because you don't. Because you're a complete psycho and a liar. And, I was shocked when he was like, I want you to read my book so you guys can figure who's A out together. What? I'm just like, Ezra's just so shady right now, and I'm just so suspicious of him. I'm just like, why would we want to read your book? I don't know. And I don't know. I'm just like, I just don't get Ezra. I'm like, how are you this bad guy, yet you still think they're gonna let you into their lives? And, yeah. And of course, Spencer ends up ditching home because these girls can't stay in their houses for a day, even if they were locked up or something. They just can't. Because A is always to the calling, and they always have someone to go rescue. And, you know, Hannah ends up having to leave her date, unfortunately. And it was going really well, and I felt bad for Travis, but she comes back and kisses him, which I guess makes it better. And, yeah, I just hate how A's like such a big factor in their lives that they can't even go out for 30 minutes without having some kind of A crisis. And, you know, the girls are meeting up at Emily's house, and, you know, they're trying to figure out who tipped the cops off. I'm just like, Emily, do you really not know? Because, you know, they're all sitting around and they're like, who did we tell? We didn't tell anyone that Allie's alive. And da 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 da. I'm just like, hello, Emily, is your brain working? Do you not remember that last night you just told Paige that Allie's alive? I mean, I can't believe she didn't come to the realization sooner. But I'm so glad that Hannah saw the letter on Emily's corkboard, because I'm like, good, at least they found out. You know, we don't have to wait some crazy amount of time before they figure out it was Paige. And, yeah. And then even though I hate him, I honestly do think that Ezra's whole Mrs. D is A theory is really interesting, because he makes some good points. And, yeah, I'm just like that. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, it could work. That was funny, because they're like, Mrs. D is A. And Hannah's like, does she even know how to text? And, you know, Emily's like, we don't have cheesy puffs, Hannah. I don't know, these are all just the funny quotes I found. And, yeah. And I didn't think Hannah was gonna do it, but she actually did confront Emily about Paige's letter right then and there, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad she did that. Like, I thought she was gonna wait, because, you know, normally these girls, they find out something and then they wait until it's confirmed, which takes forever. But thankfully she didn't, because we really need this to move along. And I thought it was funny how Spencer had checked for dirt in her bed before she went to sleep. And you see, oh my gosh, so creepy. And you see Mrs. D like creeping in the background of Spencer's room, and I'm just like, is this real, or is this like in her cuckoo mind? But yeah, it's real. It ends up being real. I'm just like, Mrs. D, you are such a creep. Yeah, just really weird. And I was really confused by the whole, you know, A scene at the end when they're like sewing up a wedding dress. I'm like, what the heck is a wedding dress for? But then you see the previews and you find out that the girls are hosting this charity event or whatever. And yeah, so I'm like, great, A's been messing with dresses, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thanks for watching my review, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!